Everybody, how is everybody today? Hope everybody's good. Anybody in the back? I know you're probably checking out booths, but if you'd like to come up front, especially if you have a dog, I'd love to see you up front here just for a little bit. One lucky person is going to be coming up on stage, maybe two, for a quick demonstration, because I'm going to need some help here in just a little while. Again, my name is Dave the Dogman. I have been honored with working with Camp K9 in the Humane Society of Oldham County, for the last almost 10 years. It's Murphy's Law. Anytime you're a dog trainer and you ask your own dog to do something on stage, sometimes they don't do it. From there, I would first like to thank the Humane Society of Oldham County. They have been a huge part of my life and growth as a dog trainer, and we've really helped transform some lives over the years. One of the things that you will hear me say multiple times is transforming lives with the power of the dog. That is my life mission. What does that mean? What that means is a lot of these dogs, including one over here that I'm going to introduce in a minute, of these rescue dogs that have went through the prison training program have been placed with people that have certain types of disabilities and also therapy dogs as well. There's a system that the Humane Society has created which is absolutely phenomenal. What they do is handpick dogs in shelters, sometimes owner rescues, sometimes they're picking up feral dogs. And these dogs are then placed in a prison dog training program, KSR. At KSR, these dogs not only help each inmate that they work with, also there's 1,000 other inmates that anytime we walk one of these dogs out, other inmates that aren't even in the program are telling us what those dogs' names are, and they're going to miss them when they leave. So it really helps out the other inmates as well. The staff members, we can't keep staff members out of the program, even when I'm in there trying to work with the men and the dogs. The staff is always coming down to visit the dogs, so it's really, really a lot of fun. From there, this is my friend, crazy fun dog lady Mary Beth, and her dog Major. Major, she rescued 3 years ago, and Major is now a seizure alert dog for Mary Beth, her personal service dog. He has also been a therapy dog to a local school here, South Oldham, several weeks ago. They had a very unfortunate death in the school, and Mary Beth was kind enough to take Mr. Major with some grief support. So again, service dogs can also be therapy dogs. Quick question, can therapy dogs be service dogs? Possibly, but they have to have proper certification and time frame. You're looking at about 60 hours of training for a therapy dog. A therapy dog is a dog that helps other people, like the kids at the school. A service dog is a dog that helps the individual. So a service dog is about twice as many hours as a therapy dog as far as training goes. From there, what I'd like to ask anybody in the crowd, first off, what are you motivated by? Anybody? I'll tell you what I'm motivated by. Food. I'm a foodie. She pointed that out not too long ago. So we are all motivated by something. Sometimes it's motivated by helping people. It can be motivation by food. It can be motivated by saving dogs, which Humane Society is. The other thing is, the next question is, what are your dogs motivated by? There are 4 main motivators. Pete here, his main motivator is food. So if your dog has food motivation, make sure you have some treats with you. He might be toy motivated. Sometimes he likes a ball. That's my little dog ball. Might be also motivated by a toy. You're a good boy. And then sometimes they're motivated by something that you don't want them to be motivated by. And one of those things could possibly be a small animal, which I have created a controllable small animal. So this is a remote controlled squirrel. A lot of times our dogs chase squirrels, drag us halfway down the street after squirrels. So what we want to make sure of is that we control them if and when they do. I'd like a volunteer from the crowd. Anybody that has a dog that might be motivated by a squirrel. Anybody game to come up? Yeah? All right. She said, heck yeah, I'll get up there.
The dog is highly motivated by squirrels.
All right. I like it. So, where we're going to start. So hang on just a moment. So the first thing we want to see is he motivated by my little remote controlled squirrel? He said, whoa, I'm not too sure about that. Hang on just a second. And maybe not. Murphy's Law kicking in again. Yep. Yep. Apparently, Squirrely's taking a nap. So here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, maybe. There we go. So here's the idea. We're gonna use this no matter what. And we'll imagine this is the squirrel that's running across your backyard. I see you have a pinch training collar on your dog. Have you been taught how to use that before? Perfect. My name's Dave. Lisa, nice to meet you. Mr. Benny, what's up, dude? First question is, what is Benny's main motivator? What is he motivated by? Food, toys, praise, petting, verbal praise? What's the highest?
We don't use food, but he likes
cat.
Okay. So, he said, food's okay. You're a good boy. Now, here's the idea. So we've got a squirrel. We're going to imagine it's moving. So the squirrel is coming across here. What have you tried so far to get him to leave that squirrel alone?
It depends on where we are. So if he looks out the window and he jumps on the window and we say off.
Okay.
And he still barks at them.
All right. So something real quickly. Tell me your first name. Lisa. Lisa mentioned if he jumps on the window, starts barking at a squirrel, she says off. Sometimes people say no, quit it, stop it, knock it off, get away, get out of that. Yeah, exactly. Here's what he hears. Good boy, keep barking at the squirrel. Mom's with you. Woohoo, this is fun. So dogs don't register without a lot of relationship building. Even though we're telling them a directive, what does the directive mean? Now in your mind, it means get off the couch and stop barking. In his mind, mom's joining in with me. I'll tell you another one that happens. Anybody's dog puppy bite on him? I don't know if we got any real young ones. Puppy will start chewing on you a little bit. What's your normal human response? No, quit it, stop it, knock it off. Well, you just became the world's biggest squeaky toy. It's no, squeak, quit it, squeak, stop it, squeak. He said, oh, I know how to make you squeak. I know how to get mom to start barking with me. I'm gonna bark at that squirrel out there. So here's the change. The change is we're gonna redirect that energy. So in physics, I'm going to nerd out for a second. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. So what we want to make sure of is it goes somewhere. You'll see a lot of dogs that are nervous dogs. We have any Chihuahuas in the crowd? No. Sometimes Chihuahuas just sit there and vibrate. You think, what's wrong with them? They're just trying to contain all that energy. You mentioned a minute ago he's a little bit nervous, and sometimes you'll see him contain that energy. Well, we're going to make it go somewhere, and it's going to come back towards you. So here's what that's going to look like. Do you mind if I borrow him for a second? Benny, you said, right?
Benny.
All right, Ben. Hi, Ben. He said, you smell like dogs, Dave. So as Benny might try to go towards our squirrel. Yeah, good. All right, Mary Beth, will you walk Major out? So we're gonna use another distraction, which is another dog. Now right here, this is perfect. Do you see how he is running straight towards that dog? Stop there, thank you. I'm walking the other direction. Good boy, Benny. Good boy. My goal is, even though Mama's right there, good. You see how I'm redirecting him away from the distraction and back to me. If I just stand there and go back and forth, it causes resistance. Next thing you know, even with a leverage collar, the pinch collar, he says, I can take that because that distraction's right in front of me. You've done some definite good work with him because he redirected really, really fast. But what would be important, even in the house, and here's one of the kickers, even in the house, I suggest you leave a light leash and collar on the dog. This is a great walking leash. But in the house, a 1/2 inch, 3 foot nylon leash, especially with a puppy that's chewing on you. You go to chew on me, I'm gonna redirect you away from me. Here's the hard part. You notice the only time I talked to him is when he turned and looked at me. When he said, all right, I'll leave that alone. Good boy. But when I use my leash, I don't want to make it personal. Now, there's a training collar on Benny. Your dog might be okay on a harness. Your dog might be okay on a buckle collar, a martingale, a slip collar. There's many, many different types of training equipment. He definitely, a little mixture of a, what are we saying, golden, yeah? He looks almost like he's got a little bit of Aussie in there too. So that's the prey drive that's kicking in. So what we're looking for here though, let's go, bud. Good. Is I'm looking for him, good boy, there you go. Did you see that decision? So one of the hardest things for us, because are you a parent as well? So with our kids, what do we tell them when we want them to control themselves? Sit in the chair, be quiet, don't do this, don't do that. If we're too controlling with our dogs, I do use commands, don't get me wrong. My dog's on a downstay right now. But when I'm teaching manners and self-control, I want to break his attention off whatever it's on and bring it back to me, whether it be squirrel, chipmunk, rabbit, raccoon, dog, cat, anything like that. Does that make sense? Good. So now you're going to handle, you right-handed? Okay, perfect. So here's what I like to do. Put that right over your thumb and then grab down just a little bit. Just like that. Perfect. And then I like you to put your left hand right together with it. It's going to feel kind of awkward. What's going to happen? Do you tell him to walk or to heel, or does he have a travel command?
Let's go.
Let's go? What does that mean to you?
It's from stop to go.
From stop to go. All right. So let's go. Does anybody know what heel means? What does that mean? Right by your side. So, Pete, come. Good. I'm going to show you a couple different options. When I ask Pete, let's walk. Walk tells him general left, loose leash. So he's got this whole space to kind of hang out. Walk. If I want him to heel, then he has to be about that hands width apart, like you're talking about. A let's go for me, just my verbiage, yours can be different. Let's go. Which means he can be, let's go, bud. He can be on my right, my left, in front of me, behind me. So is there a specific place where you like him? So he's on your left, mostly. Good. So I like that. One of the cool things about dogs is with repetition, there's a teaching process. Stimulus, response, reward. The stimulus is you say, let's go. He's in proper position on that left-hand side. You reward him. Good boy. You do that enough repetitive times, the next thing you know, he says, all right, I got it. That's the side I need to be on. Now, what's going to happen here in just a minute, Mary Beth's going to come back up with Major, and as she does, he's feeling good. If you're game, Lisa, what I like you to do is as you walk towards Mary Beth, you see him start to move forward. I want you to start sneaking away from him and go the other direction. Use that leash to redirect, but try not to say anything until he redirects. Does that make sense? Good. All right, Mary Beth. So go ahead and ask him to walk, or let's go. Good. Good. Now you see him pulling towards. Good. All right, Pete. Down. Good. So I'm going to borrow him one more second. Sometimes seeing this can be helpful. I think he likes agility. Huh? Good. So let's go, Benny. So as my distraction comes up, you see how I'm sneaking away. Sneaking away. Eventually what he'll do is say, oh, good boy. You see how he turned himself around. And again, I'm using my leash again. Positive reinforcement kicks in. All right? So let's try that one more time. So depending on your dog, depending on the stimulation, depending on the situation, this can happen really fast or it can take a lot of time. But try to keep him on your left-hand side. Good. And then walk straight up. Now sneak away. Turn to your right. There you go. Now praise him when he's with you. Good boy. Very nice. With some time and practice, do you feel comfortable with that concept? Yep. Good. Everybody, please give Lisa and Benny a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mary Beth. Benny, you're a good boy. He said, you smell like a dog trainer, did he? All right. Thank you very much. So basic home obedience, couple big topics. Housebreaking. Anybody have housebreaking issues? Yeah? How young is your puppy? 14 weeks. You should still be having housebreaking issues. That's typical. Housebreaking, schedule, crate schedule, water schedule, bathroom schedule, food schedule. I can help you out a lot. I've got some information here for you afterwards, but housebreaking is a big topic. Another big topic, don't want my dog to jump on visitors. Don't approach visitors, even when a visitor might pet you. So what's gonna happen here? Mary Beth, will you come up and pet Pete? Eventually, this is my dog Pete. He's a 3-year-old Labrador. So Mary Beth is one of his favorite people on the planet. You see, without my command now, not early in training, he's reciprocating but not pawing, jumping, or puppy biting. Same thing with Mr. Major. I can pet Major here and he's not getting too carried away. So animal control, visitor control, walking exercise. We talked about that being on your general left. I'm going to open this up to the crowd really quickly. We got time for a couple quick questions. Anything stand out in anybody's mind? Question, priority. Good. Here's the big thing. I touched on what most people want, with one exception. Anybody's dog destructive? Picking up anything? Yeah. Shoes, socks, hats, shirts, paper towels. Okay. What's that? Baby items. That's a really good one. So same concept or idea is if your dog goes towards something that's not theirs, imagine this is a baby rattle or anything like that. Still that same idea to redirect with that leash to get them back on attention. So from there, again, we can talk further about that, but destructive behavior, don't pick up anything that's not yours. Visitor and animal control, door control, and walking. Moving on from there, I want to talk about service dogs really quickly. You all may have seen on the Humane Society of Oldham County's social media about a young boy named Shane. Shane is affected by AFM, and we have gotten him a dog named Samson in the last 6 months. This dog has transformed his life. He's actually going back to school next Wednesday. He has been out of school pretty much for 2 years because of this disease. But this service dog is helping him reacclimate. If you have questions on service dogs, I've got over 10 years of experience. I'll be more than happy to help you out any way that I can. And then with our specialty dogs, therapy dogs. And then also, we're getting ready to have some fun on an agility course. Anybody have an agility dog? Lisa, I don't know where you went. But agility dogs. Anybody ever tried agility before? Yeah? A lot? A little? Yeah? Very nice. I'm sorry? Several titles. You put in some work. Thank you very much. God bless you. So, basically with agility, we've got 2 courses set up. If you've got a large dog, we would love to have you out on the course. There's a course on your left-hand side. There's a booth back there with a blue capper over top of it. And so if you come back there, you can sign up as a donation, a $3 donation or whatever you'd like to donate. You can donate a lot more than that if you'd like. It's going to go to helping a lot of people and dogs. Basically, in the agility course, my friend Mary Beth and I, aka the Crazy Fun Dog Lady, are going to be practicing through with you. So when you come back to the tent, sign in. We're going to have a line, hopefully, and then to be a big course and a small course. And we're going to take you through the course twice, and then the third time it's time. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a winner, and we're going to have some good prizes going to that winner for the fastest time. So from there, thank you again, Humane Society of Oldham County. Thank you, Lisa, wherever you went, for your participation. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions anybody has. Before I go, we're going to do a quick agility demonstration. Will you make your way over, Mary Beth? So, if you want to turn your attention to the agility